if Olise would say that it was because of the outburst, that's why Nigeria did not go all along to win the Nations Cup, I totally disagree with him.
Lookman is a Nigerian, Osimhen is a Nigerian, and something like this happened between both of them. Everybody came online to just defend only Osimhen. Nobody talked about Lookman, a player who had about 3 goals and 4 assists in our tournament.
You're welcome back to EVO Sports. My name is Albert Israel. You are on your numero uno footballing dial, EVO Sports TV. Welcome, sport fans throughout the world. I'm right here with my colleague and own boy, Chima Samuel. Good to see you again, bro.
Great you,
how is it? How is everything with you?
Your face shoe, your shoe shine.
You said your shoes shine. How is it now?
Very, very fine.
All right, good. There are so many stories making the round in the world of football. Before we go into much of the football analysis today, let's look at what Olise said about Victor Osimhen. He said the outburst between Victor Osimhen and Ademola Lookman was one of the major factors, not even one, the major factor Nigeria did not went ahead to win the AFCON Morocco 2025. What say you about that statement?
Firstly, Sunday Olise is one of our football legends. I saw the news, I saw the statement. In fact, I watched the video when Sunday Olise was talking about Osimhen and Ademola Lookman. And if you watch, the last time we talked about this issue, I made mention of something like that. But there's one thing about Nigerians, when they love you too much, they tend to ignore any wrongdoings about you. And whoever speaks about that wrongdoings, they feel like you hate this person. When we mention about Victor Osimhen's attitude against Ademola Lookman, there was no one person that spoke about Ademola Lookman's mental health. There was no one person that talked about Ademola Lookman and the Super Eagles as a team. Well, what majority of the country or the fans were saying was just about Victor Osimhen. But Victor Osimhen is our star player. I love Victor Osimhen. In fact, I am a fan of Victor Osimhen. But being a fan of a player does not mean that, just like as I love Ronaldo as well too now, sometimes there are some things that Ronaldo might do on the field of play. I will say, Baba, no, this one, do well. That is why we are human. Even people that were supporting Victor Osimhen online, inside their mind, they know that what happened was maybe by mistake. And Victor Osimhen that even made that statement or made that reaction also realized that he made a very big mistake. Now, let me analyze what Olise said. For some people that are not footballers or those that don't know what Sunday Olise was trying to explain, Ademola Lookman is a playmaker. That playmaking on the field of play, most times you try to hold on to the ball to do one or two things. That is his style of play. Ademola Lookman is synonymous with Sadio Mane. If you see the way Sadio Mane plays, you can't tell Sadio Mane to release the ball all the time for you. And you cannot shout at Sadio Mane that why didn't you pass me the ball? That is his style of play. That is why they signed Sadio Mane. That is why Sadio Mane is who he is today. For Lookman to be who he is today, for Lookman to win African Best Player of the Year, because Lookman is sneaky, Lookman is crafty, Lookman is a kind of player that he loves to create chances. Last 2 Nations Cup, he was there. He did it for Super Eagles. This Nations Cup, he was there. Yes, in some occasions, he might see a chance and not pass to you. We are not supporting Lookman for that. There are sometimes, if Lookman do it too much and he does not pass, not only to Victor Osimhen, to any other teammate, you can shout at Lookman, Lookman, see, I'm free. Why didn't you pass? Lookman can apologize. But we forgot to also give kudos to Ademola Lookman for the professionalism, for being professional enough not to retaliate in the way Osimhen reacted. Osimhen reacted because he felt like maybe he was bigger than Lookman, or maybe he's the number 1 star in the team. But at the same time, if you're a number 1 star in the team as well, you need unity. You need to carry everybody along to some time. I said something in one of my last videos. I said, okay, if you supported Osimhen, not because they did not pass the ball to Osimhen. I was against Lookman not passing the ball to Osimhen. I was not happy for Lookman not to pass the ball to Osimhen. I was not happy for Bruno Nemesh not to pass the ball to Osimhen, but I was angry when Osimhen have to react in that way. Now, I have to check it in this perspective. If Lookman happens to be a white player or in Galatasaray, can Osimhen react like that to that player? That is one thing you should ask yourself. One, for those who are supporting Osimhen for that art, we are not supporting Osimhen not because they did not even differentiate the area they were supporting. They just did not even want you to talk about Osimhen at all at all. Now, I watched Galatasaray Champions League match against Atletico Madrid of recent. I saw Osimhen. Osimhen got unnecessary yellow card. One. Secondly, he wanted to behave like that in that game. He realized that this is Galatasaray, this is white guy. I saw several times his players were trying to make some passes, but they did not pass the ball to him. The next thing Osimhen was doing was clapping for them. Even the commentator said that Osimhen was trying to encourage these guys there. Now, how come when you, in that case of Ademola Lookman, why were you trying to shout and bring down your player? Then against after that thing happened against Mozambique, against Algeria, yes, we won Algeria, but if you watch Lookman's style of play, Lookman reduced a bit. He became cold because Lookman is a very calm player. Even look at the old challenges Lookman was facing in Atalanta, even with the coach and Gasparani also, when after Lookman missed penalty, also the way the coach talked about it, Lookman did not say anything. He was still calm until Gasparani left. Now coming to this new coach as well. So if Lookman had not handled that situation in that manner, what would have happened in that game? They would have given both of them red cards, and that red cards would have affected Super Eagles. Lookman, okay, now if you not check it again, now if Lookman happened to be in Osimhen's position and Lookman shouted at Osimhen in that manner, these old people that we are talking or supporting Osimhen in this other, they will still be the one to tell that why go shout for Osimhen like that. No be Osimhen they perform well, no be Osimhen go score. If you no pass ball, give you Lookman. Why? So people were being tribalistic, or they were too attaching too much emotions because they are Osimhen fan. I love Osimhen too. I'm Osimhen fan too as well. But if Osimhen do anything that is wrong, you should be able to speak it out, because even himself will know that I've done something wrong, because this is his career. This is our national brand all over the world. Everybody is looking up to Osimhen. So if you are sitting and watching and you see something destroying Osimhen's career, you should feel bad, because in your house, if your child is misbehaving, that does not mean because you love your child too much, you will not tell your child this thing you are doing is wrong, or you cannot scold or beat your child. Sometimes you beat your child for doing something. So if you beat your child, say don't touch this remote again. Before you know, you say that your child will be cold. Sometimes they say when you shout at your child, despite knowing that what that your child was doing or did at that time was wrong. But if you shout, there's a way you shout and react. Your child will feel so bad that your mom, why do you react to me in this way? So what happened between Lookman and Osimhen affected the Super Eagles, whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, because there are some fractions of players that we are against Osimhen for that art, and there were fractions of players that believe that Osimhen is their friend. Why will Lookman shout at them? So at that moment, it had divided the team at that moment, and then people were thinking that, okay, should they bench Osimhen or should they not start Osimhen? If you watch against Morocco, Lookman was the player that had the only shot on target against what is it called, against Morocco, the only shot on target Nigeria had, and most times Lookman tried to drive to dazzle and dazzle. That is the style of play. Osimhen is not a player that knows how to play outside the box, outside the 18-yard ball. If you come to the midfield, Osimhen cannot carry ball to begin to drive or to dribble one or two players to enter inside. Osimhen will have to stay inside the 18-yard. That is where he is more dangerous. But Lookman is a player that comes to the midfield, take the ball, run to the side, drive and dribble. If he does not do that in a game, Osimhen might not get chance.
Okay. Let's just put something in a cohesive whole. Looking at the fact that at club level, Osimhen topped down on his emotions, his outburst, but coming into the national team, his reaction sometimes speaks a lot of volumes about him. Looking at, some people will see it as arrogant, some people will see it as maybe he's trying to be very, very proud and hurtful towards other players. In any way of this sport, if we want to put the both of them in scale, is it that by any way, Ulysses is trying to say that he respects his foreign teammate more than the Nigerian teammate? Because if he cannot shout, we just spoke about the match against Atletico Madrid where he was trying to even encourage players, even though they didn't give him the ball. Yes. But here in Nigeria, in an AFCON knockout stage, right, in a semi-final encounter, a quarter-final encounter, he was having an outburst with his teammate because ball did not come to him. Is there any undercover that is trying to limit Nigerian players and trying to see European players as better off than his teammate in Nigerian national team?
Yes, he might do it. He might not do it on purpose. Are you getting me? There are some times when you begin to grow in life and you begin to attain some certain levels in life, unknown to you, sometimes you can say, I don't want to drink sachet water. I prefer bottled water.
That
Some,
one, if you get money.
you understand? No, that's what I'm saying. There's a level you be go. Some people will feel like, this guy too the form. But you are beginning to grow into that level of bottle. But all of a sudden, you can realize yourself that no, this sachet water self, so the drink am before some year, but you know bad. Now, if that sachet water that is available, you no problem, give me make I drink. Now, Osimhen have gotten to the level where no doubt Osimhen is one of the best strikers in the world. Honestly speaking, one of the best strikers in the world. But sometimes, if you don't correct something, if you don't come to your senses sometimes, you might begin to lose some certain thing. Osimhen now, somehow, when it comes to the club level, he see them as because they are white, you understand? But unknown to him, you understand me? Unknown to him now, you might not want to, because of their relationship with them, you believe that they are also stars, they are also world-class players because you don't come from the same country. But when you see your fellow Nigerian, there's this kind of levels that some guys or some Nigerians might behave. So Osimhen might be saying himself, I'm number one star in the Super Eagles. If I don't play, nobody. Even I overheard some people, or I think Combo or some of those guys, even in this video, was saying the way Sonolise was talking, the Osimhen might not want to come to national team again to play. All of those. This is the way. Abba, I was so disappointed, because why I'm disappointed is that if you say you are a football analyst, you should be able to analyze what is going on at that moment, not analyzing things with emotion. What do you mean by analyzing things? If I hear now, if Osimhen behave well, you should say it here that Osimhen have done so well and he's the world best player. If Osimhen did not play well, we should be able to say, in this match, Baba, you not play well in this match. So definitely Osimhen, the way he treats the white guys is different from the way he's behaving in the national team. For example, let me tell you something now. Against Finidi George, that Osimhen came out online, to make live videos, and then he was swearing at Finidi and was addressing that issue. Firstly, the management of Osimhen should have avoided that scenario, because apart from Nigeria, these things now that you are doing, the whole world is watching it. We are watching on TV. Other people are watching on TV. It's not about us now. It's about your image, about your brand. So whether some people say, right on the comment section, Baba don't make up, Baba nothing, one, and they talk about this, Baba. But the fact still remains that when this thing happens to the opposite side, you that you are writing, will you still write the same thing? Now, when Osimhen made that video, in Napoli, he had issues with club side. He had issues with was this Spalletti also? That even when Osimhen missed penalty, they posted Osimhen's video for like the way they did that video was like racism. They posted it on their page that they quickly deleted it. That thing trended for so many months. Osimhen did not go online to blast Napoli. Osimhen did not go online to blast Spalletti. Why? I was so happy the way Osimhen handled that issue. Why? Because I was so proud that you don't need to react. You are a professional footballer. They have not stopped paying you your salary. If they stop paying...
Sorry to interject you in this very word. There were, in the course of that Olise's point of view regarding Osimhen, there was still... He was trying to make use of an illustration that Osimhen had an outburst with Finidi George. Yes. Now, he had an outburst with Finidi George. He had an outburst with an European, with an Vito Ekweba, but he still has an outburst with his coach while in Napoli. But now you are trying to say that he never responded to the Italian coach, but he responded to his Nigerian coach. See, we look at antecedents. You understand? No, we are not perfect. No one is perfect. But we look at antecedent. Is it that what Olise actually said, is it actually making any sense? So continue. I want to know if is it actually making any sense.
Osimhen, what is it called? Olise. Normally, he's a very stubborn player.
Is he stubborn, or is he that a discipline? But there's maybe you've been stubborn.
Yes, you
and
are
you've
right.
been disciplined.
You are right.
I don't think Olise is stubborn.
Yes,
I think he's disciplined. For you to speak up your mind and defend your fellow players, I don't think that is stubbornness. I think it's a level of discipline. Because when you are very, very disciplined, you understand, people see it as stubborn from most of a Nigerian or African perspective. So go ahead.
Yes. Okay. Well, what I said, Osimhen, Olise is a very stubborn player, because I love stubborn players. And Victor Osimhen too is a stubborn player, but there's difference between stubbornness and indiscipline. When you are stubborn on the field of play, you can die, you can fight, you can kick your opponent. Even there are some players on the field of play while they are playing against their opponent. If I'm playing against you now, I can be a lion on the field of play. As I'm playing against you, I can be kicking you. I can be elbowing you. As I'm elbowing you, I'm proving stuff. But when you stand up, I tell you sorry. Or sometimes I can even come and be angry at you. Why? I'm trying to prove it because you are my opponent. But when it comes to my teammate, if I'm playing with my teammate inside the same field of play, I am not supposed to intimidate my teammate, because out of 10 play or 11 players on the field of play, if I mistreat you on the field of play, that means we are playing short one indirectly, because your morale will drop first of all. And if your morale drop, that position that you are playing is already out. We already played short one in that position. So definitely, if you did not give me the ball in some occasion and I shout at you, most times, if you are seeing as a senior man, anytime you hold the ball, you want to give this senior man this ball. There are some balls that you will hold that you're supposed to shoot at goal that will score and give us that one lone victory, that one goal victory. But because I've been shouting at you, if you see that chance to shoot, you will have double mind. You first of all think of, should I give this guy this ball? Should I play to Osimhen, or should I play to or somebody like that? But if I'm giving you the free mind, okay, next time, no worry, I don't want to okay, but don't worry, play. If you still have that mind to play, that is why you see young boys in Man U, in Chelsea, in Liverpool, they bring in on 17 years old, 18 years old, they allow them to come and, because there's something that the coach saw in training ground before he can invite them to come to the national or to that senior team to play. The coach did not invite you to come and be passing ball right all the time. They invite you because of that your style of play. So if your style of play is to dribble to pass 3-4 players and then score or create chances, you might do it the first 2 times, it might not work, but that is your style of play. The likes of Messi are used to those kind, even midfielder, playmaker, that is their way of playing. So now coming to Osimhen and Olise. So now, if you talk about that Osimhen now in that aspect now, when you responded to Finidi George, what Finidi George was saying, in one way or the other, it might be wrong. You did not consult Osimhen before you made that about. You said something about Osimhen on the internet in your press conference, which is the coach. Sometimes you see all these coaches in Man U, Chelsea, they will come online or press conference say, my boys are not serious or they are not ready to play, blah, blah, blah. But you will not see a player going live to talk about the coach. No, but you can write on your social media handle. Writing will save you more stress than doing video, because video, we see how you are ranting on video, how you are shouting that even you might lose yourself in that video. But you can write on that writing, your lawyer or your social media handler can write as, okay, please, I want to address certain issues going on online. Please, I did not refuse to play for my national team, but I had an injury which I explained to the coach, but unfortunately the coach is coming out. Even if you add 1 or 2 little insults, but that writing will have been more better. But coming live, to begin to spark online, it was as if you're a content creator. Even Pella cannot even come online to talk like that against a big person. So Finidi George just left him. Finidi George is a former footballer. He has played this game too. All these things you are talking about Osimhen, it's not about now. Osimhen too will retire in one certain time. He's a very big player, no doubt, world class. But if he retires too and he sits and he loves, okay, look at Igalo on SuperSport. They asked Igalo about what happened. Igalo said that I called Osimhen, I spoke to her, I said, bro, you don't need to do this again. You can't do that. In a more professional, they know that what happened was wrong, but they just try, because they are close to Osimhen, they know that it was out of anger, but they just try to manage it and to still tell you the truth. But I am more angry to the people, with the people that saw the truth, they refused. Because why I was angry that Lookman is a Nigerian, Osimhen is a Nigerian, and something like this happened between both of them. Everybody came online to just defend only Osimhen. Nobody talked about Lookman, a player who had about 3 goals and 4 assists in our tournament. And then because Lookman is not that kind of player that associates with many content creators or social media people in Nigeria, they now feel Lookman felt isolated. Lookman felt like he was not in Nigeria, which really affected. If Lookman is not strong too, that will have affected his mentality. So because he will be thinking like that, am I not in Nigeria? Why everybody was just against me like just because of Osimhen? Because even though I love Osimhen, I can see him tomorrow, I want to take pictures. But if we see the fact, let us see the fact. In Napoli, this same thing happened. Osimhen did not come online to behave like that, which I applauded him. In fact, I said it on my video that the way Osimhen handled that issue in Napoli was very, very professional. Because why? You know that one day you leave this club. One day, and they are still paying your money. If you like, make them throw banana. Even if they throw banana to you, take the banana and eat. If you don't want to eat it, throw it away. But professionalism inside the field, if like, they should call you monkey. In fact, if they call you monkey, continue to play your ball. You are in Europe to make money. You are there to play. So anything fans are saying, or the club president is saying, as far as you still have contract with them, be planning your way to the next club side and forget about it, because if you retaliate or if you say anything, it will affect you more than the club side.
All right. Nice thought from there. But you see, let's take a deep dive into this Sondolise's analogy about Victor Osimhen and Ademola Lookman, because he alleged that the outburst was why Nigeria did not go ahead to win the Nations Cup, in quotes. But let's look at Nigeria won the Nations Cup 1980, the first time. 1994, Olise was there, which won it. It took about 19 years, 2013, before Nigeria won the AFCON again. Now, Nigeria is the country in Africa with the highest amount of bronze medal. So now, I am discountenancing what Sondolise said, saying that it was the outburst between Osimhen and Lookman that caused why Nigeria did not win the trophy at the end of the day. But since 1994, it took us 19 years to win it under the leadership of Stephen Keshi, his blessed memories. Now, if Nigeria did not win it in Morocco 2025, I don't think it was owing to the fact that Osimhen and Lookman as an outburst. Don't forget, that match was between Nigeria and Congo DR. We won that match 4-0. Our next match was against Algeria, right? They came into the pitch as if nothing happened in the previous match. You can see how they synergized, they were talking, they were laughing, and we were doing everything. And we won that match against Algeria 2-0. They still assisted themselves. Osimhen still assisted Akko. Are you getting it? Bruno Yemechi assisted. Now, Bruno Yemechi as well was in that outburst as well. You getting it? It was in that outburst that led to Lookman and Osimhen's. They were the one on the picture, but Oyemechi as well was in that outburst. But at the end of the day, Oyemechi gave an assist. Osimhen gave an assist. We won Algeria 2-0. So, but if Olise will say that it was because of the outburst, that's why Nigeria did not go all along to win the Nations Cup, I totally disagree with him. I think there is something different Olise is trying to picture in which he has not hit the nail on the head. So if he has something to say different from the outburst, teammate must always have an issue. You understand? It now depend on how the issue happened and how it is being escalated. But I thank God so much that when that match happened, that outburst happened between Osimhen and Lookman, they went inside their dressing room, they settled it, and they came refreshed in the match against Algeria. So what say you about Olise? Do you think the outburst majorly is the reason why we didn't win the trophy at the end of the day?
Okay. Thank you. See, I might not say because of the outburst, that was why Nigeria lost. But I can tell you that because of that outburst, Nigeria played less.
Okay.
Do you understand my language? We might have...
After the outburst, we played against Algeria.
Yes. Well, let me explain something to you. Do you know that what we see on the screen is quite different from what we see in the dressing room? These guys might have come onto the pitch against Algeria, play. Onyemechi assisted Osimhen. Osimhen assisted Akko Adams. Before Osimhen assisted that ball, it was Ndidi that won the ball. Ndidi won the ball. He gave it to Alesi Iwobi. Alesi Iwobi located Osimhen. Yes. Osimhen now assisted Akko Adams. Now, after the match, when we came online, Osimhen got the man of the match. Do you know that there are many celebrities, about 90% of celebrities went online to begin to praise Osimhen, and they feel like narrative Osimhen, they talk. When they give ball, when they pass ball, give Osimhen, blah, 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 all of those things. Yes, it was good, it was great. But when we want to praise the Super Eagles, if they want to get the medal, it's not all about Osimhen. Osimhen have contributed 60 to 70% of Super Eagles' success. But then, if you check the likes of Ronaldo, check the likes of Lionel Messi in the national team, they don't do like this, even if they shout or be able, they try to see themselves as, even if they see themselves as the god of the national team. But in one way or the other, they don't try to demoralize the play, because they even like it when the other players are hustling around, because players like Lookman are people that hustle in the middle of the park. Players like Akko, they hustle. Osimhen chase down defenders to know that. But most time when you want to play against team like Super Eagles, you set out special defense line for Victor Osimhen, because you know that he's a very dangerous striker. And how will Osimhen succeed in the team? Osimhen can succeed in a team where the other wingers and midfielders are very creative and hardworking. If they are not creative, if they pass the ball every time to you that they see, that you will not even be in the game, because why? There will always be a defender marking you. But if those playmakers, if they try to play their game, if they try to create something out of nothing, that is when those that are marking Osimhen can leave they can lose marking, and before you know it, there will be chances to come out for you to score. Remember, he will be too. If he's playing, he loves to romance the ball. He loves to touch the ball. When he's touching, he will be looking up for to play. Now, if you check the way Super Eagles play after the game against the Algeria, it's possible that these guys might come online, see the way they are playing inside the dressing room. There might still be division. These are professionals. There are kakus everywhere. They are, see, against, before we in the World Cup qualifiers, that I think against Gabon, against no, before we played that playoff, that was the last match in Nigeria against Benin Republic, and Nigeria won 4-0. Do you know that Nwabali went online? He posted some pictures about some Super Eagles players. He posted Osimhen, he posted I forgot one or two other players he posted, maybe three, on his social media, and he was praising them specifically. He avoided other ones. That thing caused a little bit of chaos in the national team. Like, okay, it's like just Kakus is these people that you want, or these people that you like, all of those things. If Ronaldo want to post pictures like that, you can post the whole team in one page, you post you and other people celebrating the report. But now it's as if they are making it look like, okay, I am team Osimhen, I am team Ademola Lookman. And this thing also started when Lookman won the CAF Player of the Year. So since Lookman won the CAF Player of the Year, that he succeeded with Victor Osimhen, it now looks like they are competing against each other. It now looks like Lookman is competing with Osimhen. Meanwhile, these guys don't play the same position. These guys have different qualities. Lookman can never play like Osimhen. Osimhen can never play like Lookman. And do we need both of them? Yes, we need both of them. In fact, in so many matches that are dangerous, Lookman is more needed in that game, even more than Victor Osimhen. Because why? Lookman is against Morocco now. If Lookman morale was not down, Lookman would have done exactly what Mane was doing against Morocco. Because why? Mane was trying to hold the ball from the touchline. Mane was the one dazzling, trying to create chances. Jackson was not much in the ball. Jackson too was trying to play, hold on play. And you and I know that, see, the 2013 that Nigeria won that Nations Cup, if you see Emenike, if you see Sunday Bada, if you see the way they were playing, then Emenike is the kind of striker that he does not release the ball on time. Emenike can hold on to the ball. He will shade like two defenders. He will try to draw you closer. He might be wanting to collect the ball from you, but he will not give you the ball at that moment. He will be guiding them before you know it, he's trying to create. So in a football game, everybody, a left full back is different from a right full back. A left full back should not play like a midfielder. A midfielder should not play like a striker. A striker should not play like a midfielder, except you find yourself in that position. So the way the whole thing is going in that national team, it's like there's a division in the camp, and even among Nigeria, because I was surprised that two people had an issue, and then everybody went online to support one person. Now this thing will still happen one day, either in club side. If a player shouted at or shout at Osimhen in what is it called? Galatasaray. I hope everybody will say we support that white guy. If Osimhen shout at, or maybe, okay, let's say it like this now. Lookman Atalanta now. If Lookman played the same way he played against Osimhen, with Osimhen in that same scenario, if he did not pass the ball to a white guy in that team, if that white guy shout at Ademola Lookman, I want to see how the internet will react. Will they say, yes, so you're supposed to pass on because it's white shouting at Ademola Lookman? They will support Lookman. They will say, must he pass the ball to you all the time? So I feel like many Nigerians, the same thing happens to us in government. When you love somebody so much, even despite you love Peter Obi or you love Tinubu, anytime they do something wrong, people, if you talk about it, people will be against you. They will come for you. Say, no, we are not saying the person is bad. That does not make you a bad person. But anytime you do, even we that are sitting here now, if you do something bad now, you can write it. Okay, no, this one you talk, I no agree. Tomorrow, if you talk one that is good, you say that does not mean you're a bad person. But they just what we detected in that game, that what Osimhen did was wrong. What Lookman did was wrong. But both of them handled it in a different way.
Yeah. Okay, now let me twerk out something from this discussion. We are all Nigerians, and what has happened is a purely Nigerian thing. We all know Olise. We grew up watching Olise. We grew up watching Olise from Julius Berger when he came into the national team fold and all of that. And now he emerged as a captain of Super Eagles very quick. Everybody has their own grace, but trust me, the few times I've seen him physically, when I used to go to the stadium to watch Sunday Olise in training, he's a very disciplined, yet dedicated kind of footballer. He's very dedicated and very, very disciplined kind of person. Olise rose among people that were older than him, and he became a mainstay in Super Eagles side based on maybe his kind of principle, his kind of person, and all of that. But let's tweak something in this regards, in this subject. Now, Victor Osimhen had an issue with Finidi George, who happens to share the same pitch with Sunday Olise for several years, even almost more than a decade. I think that is one of the areas. Finidi too is a very calm, easygoing person. I think that is one of the areas in which Sunday Olise is angry about the outburst because I so believe that if not for the outburst between Osimhen and Finidi George wouldn't have been relieved of his job. Now, I want to play a fast joker.
Finidi George resigned.
it was part of the frustration now. It was part of the, I want to twerk an argument now. Let's, for instance, first and foremost, do you think Eric Chell should be left for the Super Eagles job in the next 3 years?
From my perspective, for now, because if they sack him or if they let him go, I don't know if Nigeria can get a better coach. He might not be the best coach. For me, there are so many flaws in terms of substitution and tactical play. Okay. Somebody who can easily read the game, but sometimes does not read the game and know. He might read the game, but he does not know what to do at some certain point. But know that he has brought some changes into the Super Eagles. So if for now he has done up to this level, they should leave him. Because if they sack him, I don't know, maybe they'll go and bring worse coach in that will come and scatter what at least the little one we have seen in the Super Eagles now.
All right. In 1 minute, Olise in this team now, is it going to be a way forward
for the national
team now as we speak? As a coach in Super Eagles?
No.
No. It's a no for you.
No, it's a no for me. No, why I said it's a no for me. No, You so as a coach, you might being a good player does not make you a very good coach.
Sure, absolutely.
There are many great players that have played, but they were not good coaches. Yes. And then you might not even play to the highest level, but you might end up becoming. Everything comes with talent. So Olise have coached Super Eagles before. The way he handled the Super Eagles and other several he has coached in Holland and then I think one or two other countries. But his way is too like he saw this guy that is too. I think he's stubbornness too because if Osimhen, Olise happens to be the coach of Super Eagles, I don't think Osimhen would try. If now blow 1-on-1, they go fight her for fee. So, but something like that too. Sometimes Osimhen is human as well too. So sometimes even me as a player, I can get on the field and misbehave. Sometimes that's why we get red card. Players get red card on the field or play. That's why sometimes you hit your player, but later you might realize that what I did was wrong. So you still come out and apologize or you learn from it. So that is just about Osimhen. What is it called? Olise will not undo it like that. Olise will go as far as trying to punish the player to the extent that it might even affect the national team.
All right, thanks for your insight. Stay glued to EVO Sports TV as we take a breather. We'll be back with you soon.